Yes, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it. It's up now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Uh, like I said earlier,
I am
this
sorry, I
uh,
can't see your screen. Good evening.
maybe it's from your end. Maybe could you log in and log out and log in again? Is there any other? I hope other people you can see the screen, right?
Yes, I can.
That means from your hand. Maybe you should try to log out and log in again.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay. As from what we did yesterday, today we are going to look at XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, which are very important function inside Excel as a data analyst that you must know, especially when you are doing some quick sorting. You want to look for some things inside your data, or you want to put some things together that it should make to just be like a summary of a whole table that you have, or you want to search for if one information about a particular person. For example, now the data you are seeing on your screen is the data of billionaires in the world. We have from you can say Elon Musk, their name, Bernard Arnold, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and the likes. This one are the billionaires, table of the billionaires in the world. Now, what XLOOKUP do is that, for example, you want to look for a particular information about a particular billionaire inside this table, and maybe you just want to a summary or just a snapshot or some key information in this table about a particular billionaire. Now, instead of you to now be clicking it, you click it like this. Maybe let us say you want to check for information of this Carlos Slim. We want to check some information about him. Instead of you now be clicking it one by one, okay, you click Carlos Slim, you paste it here, assuming that those are the categories that you want to know about him. You want to know about his source of wealth, his industry. These are just the things you want to know about it. So instead of you to now be copying them one by one, okay, what's the category? You come here, you copy it. You came here to paste it. You do it for the industry also. Maybe which industry is he? You click here, okay, his industry is telecom, you click on it, you paste it here, and what is what? Is what is final what is maybe $93 billion. His age also, age is 83, and gender, let me say maybe is a male. Now instead of you to be doing it like this, or another person, so you want to check for maybe another millionaire, you still go again, you look for the name. Okay, let us take my Zuckerberg. You paste his name, you paste his source of wealth, the industry is his final word, age, and his gender. If you say you continue like that, it will take you a lot of time. Now, instead of you to be doing it like this, that is where VLOOKUP, this XLOOKUP, and index and match. We have HLOOKUP also, but HLOOKUP is just a variance of VLOOKUP, because the meaning of VLOOKUP is vertical lookup. You are looking at least at what you are searching vertically, and HLOOKUP is that what you are searching for, you are searching it like horizontally. So that is just the difference between the two of them. That's this one you can see only VLOOKUP on my screen. Now let's assume from what I was saying here that okay, this Carlos Smith, we just want to let me remove what I put here before so that I will start everything afresh with you together with me. Okay. What do you want to do here? Assuming that this Carlos Smith, we just want to, let's put his name here. We have Carlos Smith now. That is the name of the person we want to have this information about him. Category, we want to have his source of wealth, industry, final word, age, and gender. Now, in the previous one, you can see that I was copying it one by one, which you will be taking a lot of time, right? It will be taking me a lot of time. Now, what do I do? Instead of me to be copying it one after the other, it will be best for me to use. It's best for me to use what? To use VLOOKUP. Now, what will VLOOKUP do for me? I will give it a function. I will write a VLOOKUP function that will automatically, anytime I change like this name, it will automatically give me the information about this person here. Instead of me to be go and looking one after the other and copying it. Anytime I change this name here, it will automatically give me the information of the billionaire here directly. Now, how does VLOOKUP work? Like I said yesterday, if you want to write a function, you want to tell Z that you're writing a function, it starts from equals to VLOOKUP. Now you click on it, which is VLOOKUP. As you can see, you double click or you press tab. Now, lookup value. Which value are we looking for? We are looking for Carlos Smith, right? Which is the billionaire name that we are looking for. And don't forget to make it static. You don't want it to be dynamic. If you are using Windows, you can just press S4. It will automatically put the $sign for you. That means we don't want it when you are dragging it. We don't want this particular thing to change. And when you look at this function, the next thing you see that is a table array. That means, okay, you want to look for Carlos Slim, right? Which table array? Let me put this thing. Okay, which table array is what you are looking for? The name you are looking for. Which table array do you want to get the information for? These are table array. So you can click on this table, Shift Control, press down arrow and press right side arrow. Then it will automatically highlight them for you. You also put the $sign before the column name, which is B, and before the row number, before the column name, and also before the row number, so that it will not be moving when you are dragging it to find other information. Now, the next thing that you are seeing there is that they are asking you that column index. That means column index. When they ask you your column index, the column where the information about the category of his wealth is the column where the category of his wealth is. Normally, A is supposed to be 1, but it is where the reference column, which these are reference column, which is what the person name that you start counting from. That means our reference column will be 1, and the category column will be 2. Now, this column index that you can see here that it is inside the function already. You put 2 there, and you can leave it like that. You can see that automatically it gave us that is this category. The category of what Carlos Slim is what is manufacturing, and you can come and look at it here. Come and look at it here. Okay, this is Carlos Slim. The category is technology. Here is manufacturing. Maybe there is an error from what I did. Let me check it. You have, okay. You have Carlos Slim, which is our A2 here. Yeah, that's the name. And we have what? We have our table array. This is from B to BW. And now, okay, telecom. Now I supposed to add this last function, which is 0. That means I'm telling it exactly that I want exact match. I want what? I want exact match. Then the 0 means I want the exact match for this what Carlos Smith. That is the reason why it was giving me error before, because I'm supposed to add the 0 to it. Now we have what? We have telecom. It's telling us that the category of Carlos Smith is telecom. And now also we want it to automatically bring the source for us. Here, instead of us to be typing it again, you can just drag it like this. You can see that it's still telecommunication. That means we have to do some edits. Because here, if you could remember, I was saying that these two represent what? It represents the index of the column. And the index of the column, which is the source, if you look at the source here, we count it from the reference column, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means our source here is the 6. The index is 6. That means where we put 2 initially here, we change it to 6. And we can see that we change it to 6. And we can see that where is Carlos Smith. You can see that the category is telecom and the source also is telecom. That's the reason why it is still repeating the telecom here, because the category is telecom and the source also is telecom. I think the source is another thing. It will not bring telecom for us. But also we try to change the name of the billionaire. We see how the information is changing. Now we are going to the industry. You can still drag it to the left. Like yesterday, like we are doing, you just come down here to the lower button, to the right button of the cell, and you after your cursor change to like black, you just drag it to the right. Automatically the formula will come to the next cell. But mind you that this one, we want it to give us the industry where this billionaire is getting his money from. Now we come back here to our formula here, to our formula bar. We count which index is the industry. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The industry is 7. Is 7. The index is 7 here. Now it's still telecom, because as you can see also, the category is telecom, the source is telecom, the industry also is telecom. Now 7, 8, 9. The next one is what? The next information you want is the final word. The final word. So the industry is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means the final word index is 12. Now you still drag it to the right hand side. You change the index here. You change it to 12. Now you can see the final word. The final, which is $93,000, as you can see it here. Now when you talk of age, you count the index also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now the index of the age word is 13. Is 13. Now you change this one to what? Change it to 13. Okay. I'm coming. Yeah. Let me drag this one here. Let me change this 13. You can see that it's telling me the age is 83. And same thing with the gender. The gender should be, if this one is 13, the gender should be 10. The index of the gender should be 10. Now you can see drag it and you change the index here to 30, from 13, or you change it to 10. Okay. Since Slim Ulu. Gender is not 10. Okay. The gender is 9. It's 9. The index of the gender is 9. Now let's change it to 9. You can see that it's telling you it is male. Instead of me to be copying it one by one, automatically I can be checking information of other billionaire by just changing the name that is here. Now I change this to Mark Zuckerberg. I change it to Mark Zuckerberg. You can see that it's telling me that the category of his word is technology, the source of his word is Facebook, industry is technology, his worth is 64 billion, he is 38 years old and is a male. You can also look for another millionaire that you want. Maybe you want to see some of the information about the millionaire. Let's see. I think there should be some Nigerians here, like Aliko Dangote. This is Aliko Dangote here. Let us pick Aliko Dangote. When you click here, you can see that automatically it's telling us that Aliko Dangote category is manufacturing. He's getting his money from cement and sugar. That means if you want to do business, as a data analyst, you are seeing where you can do business also. You can venture into sugar and cement. You can start manufacturing cement. You can make money like Dangote. And industry manufacturing, is net worth is worth 14 billion. He's 65 years old and is a male. No, that's how VLOOKUP work. It just help you, make it easy for you to search for information inside your table easily, instead of you to be doing repetitively. Anytime you just want to check some information about any billionaire, you can just put the name here. That if the billionaire, given that the billionaire is inside your data set, you put the name here and it will update it for you. And you can use it for any other things also. Maybe you just want to check maybe the scores of a particular student. You know the name of the student already, and you have a VLOOKUP that you have already input inside your Excel sheet. Anytime you just want to check a particular score about those students, what you just need is that where you just need to change their name, which is your reference cell. For example, now Aliko Dangote is our reference cell here. That is said that any information of the person you want to check, we just need to put the name You just need to put the name inside there. You just need to put the name inside there. Now we move to okay, index and matching. Index and match. Index and match also.
Let somebody use the mic and explain that VLOOKUP, please, before we proceed. I don't want us to have no mixed up. Let's be sure that that is taken before we move to the next one. So let somebody use the mic or mute yourself and explain the VLOOKUP, please. We are waiting. Can you hear me? We have Tijani, Moruf, we have Abdurrahman, we have Queen. Okay, Chidima is just joining. We have Ahmad. Sorry, I don't know. I can't pray. Okay. Ahmad Rufai. Yes. So please, I just want somebody to explain so that we'll be sure that that is well taken before we move to another one. Remember, you'll be having a project where you have to apply all these. So just to ensure that you get it, that is why we are taking it one step at a time. Kindly do that.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is Mr. Solomon. Is somebody hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. I think from what he explained, in my own understanding, I think this VLOOKUP, the work in data analysis is that it make a data analyst to search for information and locate it easily. That's my own. It will help you to search for data and locate that data easily. Like as he give the illustration of this corrosive, like with the help of this VLOOKUP, any information that you want to get about those billionaires, you can get it easily without wasting time. Yeah, that's my own.
All right. Thank you so much. Take your flower. Let me give a clap. All right. So, Mr. Abdul, I think, help us take one more example on that VLOOKUP before you continue. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. One more example, please. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Now let's take another example. Let me see. Let me see what's example. Okay, I should do it again, right? I should do it again. Okay, let us look
yes,
at.
we can do it again.
Let us do it again. Okay, from what I explained earlier. Is that okay? You have a list of names, or let me use a school report. Just an example, just that I don't have data about it. Okay, let's assume that these two column, right? These three column here, they are, let me say this one is the English score of your students. This one is math. And let's imagine that this one is science. Now, let me say this is the name of your student. Name. Okay. Okay. This is the name of your students. Now, as a teacher, every time maybe you have a, assuming that this is a bullshit. Every time you come to class, maybe you want to check the score of a student, you need to search for the name. After you search for the name, you have to look at, okay, what is the score in English, what is the score in maths. But assuming that the list is long, the list of your students list is long, even sometimes you can even use, instead of your name, maybe you have a matric number, you give them matric number or admission number AA001, AA002, and maybe you know their matric number or admission number, you know it's off head or offhand, admin number. Now, what we look help you to do is that you have maybe like 50 or hundreds of students in your class, and maybe you want to check the score of a particular student. That often you do come to check the score of some students. Maybe you just want to check his English score, mathematics score, and science score. But instead of you to now be going through the list as you that you have a knowledge of Excel, instead of you to be writing your scores inside a bullshit, a paper, you decided that let me put it inside an Excel, that anytime I want to check this particular student, even though you can say, oh, I can use filter, but there are something that you filter might not be even easier for you to use, because sometimes if you use filter, you still have to scroll down to check the name of the student before you click it and you see the information. But you just have created a sheet by yourself that there you just put the name of the student and the score, every information about the student, the score, maybe even when you put the age there, it will just bring it out for you. That's what the work of what? Of VLOOKUP. That's what it does. Now, for example, now you now have the sheet that you have inputted there. Okay, this is an English score, math score. Now, anytime that you input their name here, assuming that this one is matric number AA001, right? You now want to check the English score of, let me use 22. Okay. You now want to check the English score of matric number A022. Now that's where XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP comes for you. Equals to VLOOKUP. Now the first one that asks you that the first input that you have to give the function, the first input that you have to give to the function is that the lookup value. Which value do you want it to look for? I want it to look for what? For the admission number AA022. AA022. Now, what you do is that you have to make this thing, you have to make it static, so that when you are dragging it to the left, it will not be moving also, it will not be changing the number. Now, after this, you can see that it's asking that table array. Table array, from which table do you want to look for this thing? For which table do you want to look for this thing? Okay, this is my table. Now, the next thing is that column index. What's the index of this column? What's the index of English? If you count it, 1, 2, 3, because this admission number is our reference column, right? 1, 1, 2, 3. That means the column index of English what? It's 3. And you want it to return the exact match. Now you press enter. You can see that it's saying that admission AA002 got 81.9 in English. And if we look at it here, this is admission 002. That's 81.9 that he got in English. Now you do the same thing for mathematics, because already we know that mathematics is what? Oh, okay. I have to make this one static, because if I don't make it static, whenever I'm moving it to the left, the table that I'm using, I have to make it static also, so that whenever I'm dragging it, it will not also be changing the reference table. Now this one, I know that English is what? Yeah, I know that mathematics is at index 4, because if I count it from admin 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this index part, you change it to what? You change it to 4. The reason why I'm doing it like this is that if you want yourself, you can write it from the beginning, you can write it again. But so far, you are still going to write the same thing in this other cell. So it is better we work smart. That's the reason why I just copy it to the other cell. The only thing I want to change there is just the index number of the what? Of mathematics. And the index number of mathematics, when you count it here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is what? Is 4. Now it's telling me that the students scored 12.8 in math. And in science, what is the student score in maths? Now, who can tell me the index number of science here? If you want to adjust the index number, what is the index number of science?
5.
Yeah, that's 5. Thank you. So you can see it now. That what you can see that we have 24.5. Now here you can now add one feature here. We call it data validation. I think this one you can just data validation so that you can be able to instead of you to be typing it, you just scroll down and you pick the uh or you can type it or you pick the matrix number that you want. You just click on list, you give it a source. What's the source of our list? The source of our list is here. The source of our list is here. Oh, can you see the pop-up? Like yesterday, I know some of you were not seeing the pop-up.
No, we can't see it. Oh. I know you
Uh,
clicked on data validation, but we didn't see the pop-up, the drop
okay,
down.
yeah. Okay, let me share the whole screen again. I'm sorry. I just remember that that was an issue there yesterday. Is the entire screen routine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you can see the entire screen, right?
Yes, yes, sir. We see your screen. So you're
Okay.
changing, you're moving.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it to abeg.
Yeah, it's from. I think it should be from your end. I think so. Yeah. This is it. This is how you
Okay.
do it. Please look at it. You click on data validation here. You can see any value. I know using any value. What you want is that we are not allowing any value. Presently, you can put any value in that cell. But here, we want to restrict it to some list, some set of number. That's why we click on list. Now, after we click on list, it will now ask for that. What is our reference for that list? That which data do you want to use to be in that list? And we want to use the admission number, right? If it is the name you want to use, you can click on the name. But the best for you sometimes you use this unique number, because if you use like name, there are some students that will have two names, that they have the same name, which might be a problem. Now, so far you have a unique ID, you can just use it as your reference. You can see I highlighted it and it's show here that okay, this is my reference. This is my reference cell. If I press OK, you can see that anytime I want to click on any student, I can just press drop down. I can just place the matric number of the student or the admission number. You can see that it will change the scores automatically. So I automatically know that, okay, admission number AA008 has 75 in English, 13.1 in math, and science 55.1. You can still use VLOOKUP to do a lot of things, but this is just the basic of understanding of what of VLOOKUP. Now let us talk about index and match. Index and match is more or less a border to VLOOKUP. Here you want to use index. Now it's now asking you that the reference array. Here is the array or the what? The reference array. Now our reference array here is what? Is the category. Because it's a category we want to what? We want it to return. Our reference category is a what? Is a category. Yes, that is our reference array here. Now after this one,
Me, I'm not seeing the screen. I think it's my network.
maybe it's
I
your
see the
network.
screen now. I can see the screen.
Now it now say now we after we have given index the what, we have given it what, the uh our reference array, our reference column. Now we use match. What do you want to match? You want to match lookup value. You are looking for Aliko Dangote. That is our lookup value, right? That means we make it static also. And lookup array. Lookup array. Our lookup array what? Is the cell that we are looking for. This is our lookup array. This is our lookup array. We make this one also, we make it static. And so far we want exact match, we put 0. We want exact match, we put 0. I'm coming. Let me see where the error is from. Okay, is that go down go there? So these are lookup value and lookup array. Okay. Aliko Dangote is a lookup array. Okay, it's nice colors. A, B, B1, 2, 3. Test match. What is it again? NA. Our match type is 0. I think it's correct. I don't know why it's big NA. Okay. Let me type it again.
Oh, I don't know if this is correct. I'm seeing that AAS2, $2.
Yeah, that is, yes, that is dollar. That is our reference point, which is correct. That's our reference point is correct. Yeah. That's our reference point is correct. And B3 and the B1, let me change this one to B2 maybe where. Yeah, it's correct actually. Index here, index matching. Okay. Let me see. Well, as long as index change tonight.
Sorry, can
Yeah.
I don't know, for its sake, can we remove the dollar first? Have the
No,
normal this thing.
No, that one does not mean anything. It's just a reference. It's just for referencing. The dollar does not add anything to it. That one is just for referencing. B2, S. That one is just for referencing.
Okay.
Okay. Dollar is just for referencing. Okay, if we don't have the dollar inside, it will be dynamic. For example, now, like this one, now let me use this or this one. I'll use it as an example. This dollar make it static so that, for example, now it is when you are dragging it. You know, when I was doing it, I was dragging it to the left. I was dragging it to the left. That means if you are dragging it, maybe to the right or the left, or maybe even you are dragging it downward. If you do not put the dollar, your reference point here also will be moving. For example, let me use this one as an example. Our reference point here is 3. Now, if you are dragging this one down, assuming that you did not put the dollar sign, just let me place this one here. Assuming you did not put the dollar sign to make it start or to make it static. Whenever you are dragging it, it will be dynamic. You drag it down, you can see it's bringing in it. That means if you look at this one this particular one here, you can see it has shifted to English. I want it to be on what? AA008. You can see the first one, it has what? It has shifted to English. That means the dollar sign, you just maybe you want sometimes you might not use it. When you don't want it to move. Sometimes you might not use it. Maybe so those particular tasks, you don't want them You don't want them to move. You only use them when you want it to move from one particular hand to the other. You only use them when you want maybe your reference to change when you are dragging it up and down. But when you don't want them to change, you have to put the dollar sign before the row or before the before the row name or before the column name. Now that's how it works. And putting it inside the index and the matching does not add anything to it or does not affect it in any way.
Okay.
So let's just continue with XLOOKUP. We still come back to the matching. Maybe when I finish the XLOOKUP and we still come back to the matching. Okay. Now, XLOOKUP also is just a simpler version. It's a simpler version of VLOOKUP. Instead of VLOOKUP that you have like three different arguments that you need to put inside. XLOOKUP is quite straightforward. XLOOKUP is quite straightforward. Equals to XLOOKUP. You can see lookup value. Which value are we looking for? We are looking for Aliko Dangote. You put it there. Lookup array. Lookup array. What are you looking for? You are looking for, this is the way you want to search for Aliko Dangote from this array, from this person's name. Now you can make this one also, you make it static. Make it static. The dollar does not have any effect on it. It's just to make yourself static. You can make Aliko Dangote also static, except if you want your reference point to be changing. And what do you want it to return? What do you want to return here? You want it to return this array. They say return array. The return array is what? Is category. Then you click on category, shift, control down, and you make this one so you make it static. So that when you are changing it, it will not move. Now you can see it's telling us that Aliko Dangote from manufacturing. Now, if you move it to the right, it's still manufacturing, right? Now the lookup array, we want it to change to change it to source. And we can see that this one and this particular code here, they are in the same column. It's telling you that this code that you are clicking on here you wrote here is particular to this cell. Now, automatically, if you want to change it to the source, instead of you to rewrite anything here, you can just come here. You come on this particular column and you stay on the line. You can see that the cursor has changed to like and, right? You can see that the cursor has changed to like and. Now, instead of you to now write anything, you can just drag it to the source. Now, automatically, it will change the code for you, and you press enter. You can see that the source also here has changed your sugar and cement. It has changed the sugar and cement.
Okay.
Now, for industry also, you can just drag this one. You can drag everything to the right so that you'll be changing it one after the other. Now, this one also we want to change it so that it will bring us the industry of maybe the billionaire that is here. Now, the industry here, we have to change this last column, which is our return array. Return array means that what do you want it to return? You want it to return the industry of Aliko Dangote, where Aliko Dangote is making his money. Now, we come here again, you will drag on it, and you drag it to the industry column. And automatically, it will change it for you to H1 to H476. H1 to H476. You press enter. Now you can see that this one also has changed to manufacturing. And also on sugar also. We do the same thing for sugar. Now that is the difference between XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Now in VLOOKUP, you can see that when you look at the VLOOKUP, we highlighted all these table. And we now, after that, we highlighted the table, we now give it another function, another argument. Like, okay, this my return array is in what is at index 1, is at index 2, is at index 3. But this one, you don't need to add any index. After you have given it the lookup value, the array that value you are looking for is, that means the column, or yes, the column the lookup value is. And the next thing you give it that, what do you want the XLOOKUP to return for you? The column that you want to return, that is what you call your return array. Now, our next return array is a what? Is a final what? Now here you can drag it here to this place and press enter. You see that it's still giving you the word of Aliko Dangote. It gives you the word of Aliko Dangote. Now the same thing you still do for the remaining two cells. The same thing you do for the remaining two cells, which is the age. We click on the age. We come here also. We can drag it from here, or if you like, you can write it. You drag it here. You press enter. It will give you its age, and the same thing with the last one, which is what? Which is the gender. Now this one, let me change it with my. The gender is what? Is column J. That means I will change this G that is here to J. I change this one also. I change it to J. I change it to J, which is made. Now, from what we were doing the other day, that the other time validation, we can also do the validation for this one. We change it to a list, and here you give it a source. And the source we want here is, even this one is too much. That might be, you have to do a lot of scrolling. Now, here you can just go pick any billionaire that you want. You can click on any billionaire, and it will change what? It should change the information automatically for you. It change the information automatically for you. That's it about VLOOKUP and what? And XLOOKUP.
Okay, so
Now this
I
if there's any question,
sorry.
5%.
Yeah, yes. Let me. If you have any question, raise your hands. But let me ask like this: if they are supposed to like give you the difference, like in weight, you showed us the difference now in
Yes.
practical sense. If they're like saying, you are being asked, like, okay, what's the difference between the VLOOK and the XLOOK? How do we put it in like simple terms?
Yeah, the difference is just that is an improvement, and to make it easier. For example, now let me use myself as an example. I did not understand VLOOKUP very well, even though I can use it, but then I do have some issue, especially when it comes to that indexing then. But when XLOOKUP came, because XLOOKUP it later came, it was VLOOKUP that was there that we used before. But when XLOOKUP was added, XLOOKUP make it easier. You don't need to be counting index. After you have given your reference point and your reference array, you just need to know the column of the column alphabet of your return array in XLOOKUP. But the VLOOKUP, you have to be counting for the index. And the only advantage of VLOOKUP over the XLOOKUP is that in VLOOKUP, when you know the index of everything you want to do, it is easier for you to just change the index across board. But in XLOOKUP, the advantages of the difference in XLOOKUP is that you have to also go back again and edit the code. You edit the column J, you edit, maybe it is column J, you edit it every time. But normally, XLOOKUP is what? Let me just say it in some way. XLOOKUP is easier to use, but in the same sense, they do the same work. Even this matching also, they do the same work. with what? With VLOOKUP. That's the reason why I combine them together.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think my question has been answered. If you have a question as well, please do raise your hands or drop in the chat section before we proceed with other parts of the class. Indicate if you have question, please. Yes, please continue. Go ahead, Mr. Solomon. You are raising your hands.
Sorry, I have a question. My question said that, like this thing as we are in the class today, after the class, we need to go for practice so that we will master with it. So now my problem is that when he was like giving us the VLOOKUP, let me say the formula. When he say VLOOKUP, bracket close, collusive, my screen went off. As he called this SLOOKUP now, the same thing, my screen went off again. So I just want to, if he can pull me through, whether in the WhatsApp group, so that they'll write like the formula of the VLOOKUP, the SLOOKUP. Then if I want to practice now, I can just change the alphabet and the number of the column so that I will get what I want. Please.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Jelly, is there a way you can help list out the formula?
The formula. Maybe I will find we call it maybe some or is there formula code sheet that I can send to the group.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
sir.
I think about the index and match is still it. Let me just, you can see it's now working as it should be. It's now working as it should be. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see about the index and match. Let me explain it. Look at the beginning here. Here, the first one is the reference array, like we said it here, and the match, which is our what? After you have given the index your reference array, you bring up the match, which is this is the match that will match your reference array with what? With your what? With your lookup value. It will match the reference array with your lookup value. Our reference array what is the category. Now our lookup value what is AA2. Our lookup value is what is AA2, which we put here, Warren Buffett, which is the billionaire column that is there. Now we make this one, we make it static, as I said earlier. Now the next one is what? Is our lookup array. Lookup array. The lookup array is what? That we want to look where this Warren Buffett is our lookup array, which is what? Which is the name of the what? The name of the billionaire person's name. That's what we put here. That is the lookup array. And the last one is 0, which is that we want the exact match. You can see that it is working perfectly. I don't know why it was not working before like that. Now, the next one is we want the source. When you want to work with the source, just let us drag it to the right. Now we edit. What we change here is just the what? It's just our work, our reference point, which is our reference array. This is what we change here. Now from where we want to check the source of the words of the person. Like I said that when you are using the XLOOKUP, that you can just drag this one to the source, to where you want the source to work, and you press what? You press enter. You can see that it will update it for you. The same thing with the next one, like industry. Now let's just look at something here. If you look at this one, when I click on this formula that was written here, you can see that there is a red indicator here that is telling me that this my reference, my lookup value is here. The reason is that when I drag it here, I've not make this lookup value, I've not make it static. And I don't want it to leave this cell. No, that is the reason why we have to put the dollar. If you not put the dollar, whenever you are dragging it to the right, Excel also will be changing maybe your reference cell, except maybe you have a list of people and you want Excel to be updating it based on the list of people you have. You can make maybe this your reference lookup value, you can make it dynamic. But here we just want because this our list is in this cell, and whenever we are changing it with this cell, we want it to be changed automatically. That's the reason why we need to make this our what? Our lookup value. We want to make it static. We want to make it dynamic. I mean static rather. Now this is finance. The same thing you do with in Excel. The same thing we do with the Excel. We want the worth of the person. Now we come to our formula bar here, and we know that the worth is what is in column A is column M. Now, if you want directly, you can drag it here. You have to click on this particular, or you click on the array, your return array, and you drag it to the to the final words, and you press enter. But if you think that this dragging will be a problem for you, you can directly edit it from this formula bar. You can directly edit it from this formula bar. You can change M here and you take the M there. But this dollar, I don't want you to get confused with it. It's just to make your what you are doing. You just want, when you are updating your formula, you don't want the column to change. You don't want the table to move. That's the reason why you are telling them that this thing, I'm not going outside this range. Anything I want to do, anything I want to update, I'm not going outside this range. And don't change this range for me whenever I'm updating or whenever I'm dragging my formula to another cell. That's what the dollar is for you. Now this one, you press enter also. You can see that the final word also has been updated to the correct one. Whenever I change this billionaire name, whenever I change it here, Bill Gates, you can see that it will be automatically updating also the value. But these three functions, you can use them to to do the same task. You can use them to do to do the same task. That's it for VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and index and match. To be said, those three functions, they are very important, and sometimes they are very hard to master. And you only master them when you practice and when you use them regularly. You only practice and you use them when you use them regularly, or else when you don't, sometimes you might not remember how to use them. And when you forget, it's something that you can just Google, you can check YouTube to update your knowledge again. Now the next thing on our list is if and or condition. The if statement, what does the if statement do? The if statement.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Before we move to the if statements, is there a question, please? Do we all understand the index and match? Do we all understand that?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Oh,
Although we have a lot of practice to perfect it, but yeah.
all right. Okay, so you can continue, please.
Okay.
Somebody said it's a bit complicated to me.
Yeah. It will be actually. Let me. It will be. It's not. Don't let me sugarcoat it for you. It will be, but you only get to know about it when you practice more. Yes. When the way I'm doing it, you might not get it a bit like that. But when you go back, you practice about it. You read more about it. You will still get it more. No, that is just about the lookups.
Okay, so I also had to look very well because that, especially that dollar is just doing me somehow. Like that dollar was blocking my view. I was trying to go with that AC, that's number so that I can know the column. But see, that dollar is kind of distracting me the other time. But then I had to look very closely before I got that part. So, like he said it's normal. So what we are asking for now is that you give us the list of formulas so that we can apply it when we are practicing.
Yes. Now we have
So
if statement. If statement is, what does if statement do? If statement is that you have like two conditions that you want your form, you want to meet in your data, or maybe you just want to check if some conditions are true in your data or are false. For example, now let us go back to our data set. Where is our data set? Now, what we want to do here is that we want to check the average life expectancy. or let us say the average net worth, final worth of the billionaire. And like I said yesterday, when you want to find the average, I said you say equals to average, and you click on the column, shift control arrow down. You click on the column that you want to find the average. You close the bracket and you press enter. Now this is the average of what? This is the average net worth of all the billionaires we have is 14 billion. Is 14 billion. Now, what do you now want to do? You want to confirm if, even though it is obvious, you want to know the billionaires that their net worth is above average. Now, this is where if statement comes out for us that, okay, if you now say equals to, if logical test, if this one, the net worth, you click on this network of this one is greater than the average. This is the average, right? This is our average here. Now, I'll make this one static. Because I don't want this average to change, even when I'm dragging it down. But when I'm dragging it down, I want this M2 to change to M3, M4, M5, M6, M7. The reason why I will not put the dollar sign. But this average, so far is the same average I'm comparing across all the column. I want it to remain the same thing. But this M2, whenever I'm dragging it down, I'm automating it down, I want this final worth of each individual to be changing. That's the reason why you see M2, I did not put the dollar sign. Now, we now say if M2, that means if the network of the first person is greater than the average, give me a return yes for me. Else, return no. No, I want Excel to return yes if the network of this person is greater than the average, and if it is less than the average. If it is not greater, that means it is less than the average, you return no. I press enter. You can see that it returned yes for me, because this network of this person is 211 billion. Is greater or is greater than the average. Now we can automatically do flash down. How did you do that one? You come to the angle here where there is like square here in your cell, and you double click. When you double click, it will automatically fill the rest of the cell. And when you look at it, let me click on this second cell. You can see that this M has changed to M3. You can see that it has changed to M3. When you go to the next one, you can see that this M has changed to M4. So if I put the dollar sign, it will not change. It will remain dynamic. Now we cannot scroll down. You can see that from this one, from this billionaire, what's the name here? From David and family, their net worth, from Sharon, I don't know how to pronounce this name. It's like maybe Indian name, Shiriva Danaba. Their own is what is below the average. Now, those that are below the average, you can see that it is returning no. That means majority of the billionaire, because we have how many billionaire? We have like 476 billionaire, 475 rather, because the first row, it will not count, it's the row of the name. Now we have 475, and it is from 112, 113 that the billionaire, they are both below average of the total net worth of the billionaire in the world. That means we have many people that their net worth is below 14 billion. Now the next one we are moving to is the COUNTIF. Let us go to the COUNTIF and COUNTIF, SUMIF, and AVERAGEIF. Now, so far, this our yes or no, we use it in what? In COUNTIF. We use it in COUNTIF. Now, you want to know, let us put yes here and let us put no here. Now, what does COUNTIF does? COUNTIF is that you want how to count a particular, or you want Excel to count a particular billionaire if its net worth is above average, and count another one if its net worth is below average. That means it will only count the billionaire if the condition is met. It met the condition that is above the average of the network of the entire billionaire in the world. Now you now say equals to count if. Count if range and criteria. You now say this is our range. Our range is from up here to the last one. This is our range. Just highlight everything. Don't wait on the yes alone. Because this one now, we see it is yes, yes, yes. There are some that it will be mixed. You say yes, no, no, yes, yes, no. No, you cannot be able to segregate them easily. Now to do that one, you can say, okay, yes, count if. Instead of it to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because they are mixed, it might not be easier for you. You just tell Excel that count if this range, count in this range. Any place you see yes, that is our criteria, a yes. Now here, I'll make this one, I'll make it static because I don't want it to change. Even if I'm dragging it down, I don't want it to change. I don't want it to change. I don't want this one to change. Now I will leave this one Y13 because if I drag it down to no, it will also count as automatic for me. Now we have 111 billionaire that their net worth is above their average. And if you want to know directly, you don't need to press any formula. You can just drag it down. Then automatically, Excel will update it to Y14, which is where the no is. Now you can see that we have more than billionaire that their network is below average. It's more than those that their billionaire is their network is above average. It's telling us that the gap between the upper and the lower, the gap is very wide. And also sum if. Now we want to sum if. Let me put count if here.
Sorry, Mr. Abdul.
Yes.
Yeah, before you go to that SUMIF, please click on that formula again. That's COUNTIF formula.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. Now we have Y13. In that place of Y13, can we have that the text that you used the other time? Put that yes in quotes or no in quotes?
Yes. You can put the yes in quotes, but the disadvantages of that one is that, for example, now you have like 3 conditions. Maybe you have more than yes, no, that you want to only count. You get, for example, now you can, let me see, you can, maybe after this one, I will give you another example again so that you get, if you put yes here, automatically, if you want to automate it, maybe you just want Excel to do the remaining for you. Excel will not be able to do it because it will not change the yes. You get, for example, now let me put yes here. You can put yes, which is correct, but you can see now if I put yes here, you can see it's still counted. But when I want to automate it, I want it to do for the one below. You still saying 111. It is not picking the no. Now for it to do the no, I will have to change this one to no manually again. Okay. You see, and it will be taking a lot of my time, right? Now the best of it is that so far I have the reason I put yes and no here so that I'll be able to automate it directly. That's the reason why I say I'll leave it dynamic so that when I draw it down automatically from this angle, it will update itself automatically. You get. Now the sum if also. Let's use sum if. The sum if is like, okay, Excel sum this thing if this condition is met. Okay, you maybe let me say for example now you have in your class you have male and female. You now want to sum the score of the male. You want to sum this total score of the female. Now, and the condition for summing the sum of the male is that if the person is a male. And the condition for summing the sum of the female is if the person is a female. Then that's the sum if this person is a male. Maybe you go to the first student. The first student is a male, you sum it. Second student is a female, you not sum it. You go again, a female, you not sum it. You go to the fourth student is a male, you sum it with the first one. That means you only summing them when they are male. You get what I'm saying, right? I hope all of you get what I'm saying here. That is the count if and sum if. Yeah. Now, sum if now, assuming that we want to find the sum, the total sum of the net worth of people that are above average. Now, it's the same thing like equals to sum if. range. This is our range, right? This is our range. Where is this network again? Yeah, this is the network. This is the range. And our criteria is what? Our criteria is when it is yes. And so far we don't want it to move. We have to make this one static. But if you are using window, you can just click on this and press F4. And press F4, it will put the $sign for automatically. It will put the $sign automatically. Y13. Why is it not SUMIF? SUMIF. Okay. I think it's giving one criteria that we have not added. The sum range. This sum range. Okay, our first range is what? Is our range. Yeah, the first one is our range, which is yes. This is the range that's supposed to come up first in the SUMIF. And the last one will be what? The range that we want to sum. The range you want to sum, which is the final what? Which is the final what? And in SUMIF, the difference between COUNTIF and SUMIF is that in SUMIF, you have 3 arguments that you have to give to the SUMIF. The first argument what? Is the range, the condition range. The range of the condition, which is yes here. And the second one is the criteria that you want it to meet before you sum it. And the sum one is the sum range. What do you want to sum? That's the third one you give to it. And you can see that this is total sum of billionaires that their network is above the average, and the total sum of billionaires that their network is below the average. And also we want to find the average. Average if. That means it will only find the average when the condition is what? Is met. Average if. This is the range where we want it to check the condition from, which is our yes or no range. And the next one is what? Is the criteria itself, which is yes. And the third one is the column that you want it to average whenever the condition of yes or no is met. You can see this is the average for billionaires that the network is above the average, and these are the ones that below the average. You can see that there is a big gap between the people that they are at the upper end of the average and billionaires that are at the lower end of the average. Even though we are saying the word that we have billionaires, but the gap between those that are really, really billionaires, it is much compared to those people that are below it. For example, now let's look at even the column itself. This is the word network of it. Let's look at the first one, which is $211 billion. The second one, 180 billion. Now let's look at the distance between the first, let me say the first 15 and the first person, 211 billion to what? 68 billion. You can see that there is a gap. Now that is what is showing directly inside our average. Look at the sum here. The sum is 41 billion, 416 billion, or even I'm saying billion is trillion, $4 trillion, and this one has $2.8 trillion, $4.1 trillion, and this one has $2.8 trillion. Now it's showing us, this summary is just showing us that there is a lot of gap between the richest billionaire and maybe even the billionaires that are at the middle. The gap between them, the gap between their wealth is so much. That is what this data analysis summary, that's how we get from this summary sometimes. Now, And now we move to what is called a pivot table. A pivot table is just like a summary table that you use that is used in data in Excel.
Okay.
Now what the
Sorry.
pivot
Before we start the journey,
yes,
let's confirm we are still on the same page. So
okay.
please confirm we are still on the same page, guys. Do you understand the
Yes, we are. So
count
many
in?
information, so many things to learn, but it's clear.
Okay. If there's any question, let's ask before we continue. Is there any
Okay.
question?
Yeah, I think this one is clear. If for my own, if you can help me with the formula, I think I'm good to go. Like
No, I think
so
the
much
class is
enjoying
recorded.
today's class.
Taiwo Nuruddin, please use your mic. If you can hear me, unmute yourself.
Please, is this class recorded, please?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Taiwo Nuruddin, if you have something to say, please. I think he has released his ends now. I don't think he wants to say something. So we can continue then.
Okay. Now what does pivot table do? What does this do? Pivot table is just a tools in Excel that you use for data analysis and use for summary. And what does this do? It allow you to quickly summarize large data set by grouping. You can filter, aggregate the data in a dynamic way. Now, and the pivot table, you can use it to calculate total, average, and other summaries also. You can use it to calculate total and other summary. That's what pivot table is about. Just you allow it to summarize a large chunk of data into what? Into give it a small summary. For example, now let us use this one for example, how a pivot table work. If you want to use a pivot table, you come to insert here, and you click on pivot table. Automatically, Excel we detect the table for you. It will detect the table. Sometimes it will not detect it. You can also adjust it here in this formula range, but automatically most times it will detect it for you. Now, is either you use this existing cell, which is this one, use existing worksheet, or it will create a new worksheet for you. For me, I would prefer you still use this worksheet. Now I can click on existing worksheet, and I just click on a column on a cell here, and I press OK. Now this is our column. You can see here this field name. You can see that it's pivot table field name is the field which contains the column of the columns names of our data. We have this is the rank, the person's name, the category, the country, the region, city, source, industry. Now, for example, now if you want as a data, you just want to quickly know the category. How many category and are the billionaires? How many category are the awards from? You can just click on this category here. You drag it maybe to the row or the column, and you can just take the rank, and you can see here it is sum. It is sum that is here. It is sum of rank, but we don't want sum. We just want it to count the number of category that is here for us. You can just click on this I sign that is at the right side, and it will bring us another pivot table feed for you where you can choose the count. This is sum. This is summarized by, and also show data as.
So you're not seeing your drop down menu. Have you
Okay.
from insert pivot table? We didn't see your drop down.
You did not see my drop down?
Yes, I know you clicked on insert and you said select pivot, but we didn't see it. I just listened but I have to.
Exactly. The pop-up or the dialogue is not coming up.
Okay, can you see it now?
Maybe go back
But can you see it now?
We can see your
I
screen.
can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Now, what do? You go to insert. You go to insert, right? You click on pivot table. Don't Excel will automatically select it for you. Now it will give you two options: new data or existing worksheet.
So we chose the
Now,
existing sheet.
yeah, no, we click on the existing worksheet. Let's just pick the existing one, and we just click on the cell so that it will, yeah, and you press OK.
Okay.
Now it will give you a pivot table here. Now we have a pivot table. Now we have this. Look at this field name. These are the columns that you have. Now what do you want to do? You can just want to check the summary. Okay, how many categories and the number of categories that are in the data set. You can just click here. You drag the category here. You can see that automatically it will show you that these are the number of category. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That we have 18 category. Now, maybe you just want to check a quick statistics of which category is the highest. That waiting people they do that they are making money like this. What are majority of them doing that they are billionaire? Just want to check. Now you can just drag any of the column which is complete, drag it to the value side so that you now change it to count. You change it to count. We can see that here 77 of them, which is the highest, they are from finance. But if you want to check everything so that it should be in ascending or descending order, you can come up here, you click on this arrow down, you click on you can see here it is category that is here. And here you can choose by label. You can choose it ascending order or descending order. Here we want the count of rank. Is the count of rank you want to put in ascending order so that we'll be able to see the highest from the highest to the lowest. Now you click on descending. That means you'll be descending from the highest to the lowest. And as you can see here, count of rank. Majority of them are in finance. That means if you want to make money, maybe you should start a POS business or a fintech. I'm just joking. I'm just joking actually. But when you talk of finance means it's not that they are doing POS. So now technology, maybe you can have a technology school. You can maybe also you can invent like Elon Musk that is doing Tesla, things like that. Fashion and retail manufacturing, like Aligo Dangote, it falls under this manufacturing. Food and beverages. Now, those are some of the things that majority of them are doing, and they became billionaire. And we can see that few of them, they are in consortium. Only 4 of them are in consortium. 4 of them are in telecom. And this telecom, Mike Adenuga, I'm very sure is one of them. The Nigerian Mike Adenuga is one of them. And if you want to see the names under it also, you can check, just pick the person's name and you add it to it here. Now it will give you the name of the people that are under finance. It will give you the name of people that are under technology, the name of people that are fashion. Let us check the name of people that are under telecom. I'm very sure the Nigerian billionaire Mike Adenuga also might be there. You can see telecom is not there. His name is not there, but I think his name is among the billionaire. I do think he's making his billions from telecom. Okay, now that is it about some of the function of pivot table. Now let us remove this one and let us do another thing also. Okay, we want to check the average or the sum of the net worth based on what? Based on their category. You now come here again, you click on this network, you drag it to this value. Now you can see that it's already the sum of the net worth. Now we want to check, you can now rearrange, maybe in ascending or in descending, to know which of this of this category has the highest network. You can see that majority of them were in what? Majority of the billionaire were doing what when we firstly check its place? Who can answer my question? When you firstly check the majority of them were.
Most of them were in finance.
You can see.
Finance.
Yes. But now when it come to net worth, majority of the highest people is technology. Is technology. Now count is different from from the value. Even though finance still came to third, but it's telling us that people in technology, they are more wealthier. Their network is heavier than those was in finance. Now let us check the average. We want to check the average net worth. Now you come here again to this value. You click on this sign here, this I. So bring it here. Now you can click on the average. You can click on the average here and you press OK. Now the average also is maybe people in telecom, they are not much, right? They are like 4 when we check them, but on average they have the highest net worth. They have the highest net worth. When we divide those 4 people with their net worth, they have a very high net worth. That is telling us also that there is big money in telecom.
And they are few, so they are dominating the market.
Yeah, they are few and they are dominating the market. But that one we need extra data, because we don't know if other telecom also they are just not making money. They are not just reaching the level of a billionaire.
Okay.
You get. No, we can pull further. But based on what you said, also we can see draw an inference from it that okay, people in this field are few and they are making billions. Maybe we can venture into it. And you can see automotive also. Automotive also was not first.
I think Janet is raising her hand up.
Okay, Janet, please ask your question.
Are you sure I'm raising hands? I'm not raising hands.
Okay.
I'm just being in agreement to what he was saying.
Okay. Now that is another way you can look at it. But I don't know if you people observe something. This fashion and retail, no matter how we are changing it, is either it's a second, third, or fourth.
Yeah. Yes, it's true.
Is that a second, third, or fourth? Yeah. No, it's telling you how that niche also might be lucrative. How people are making billions, trillions from the fashion and retail business. And also technology. So, this is some of the how sometimes you can just get a descriptive statistics of it. That is what pivot table is doing. Also, you can still do a lot with it.
Okay, sir, I want to ask, please.
Okay.
Sir, you keep changing the table. You did not store any table. I don't know. Like when you did you didn't store any table. You keep changing the table. There are times where we want to store the information for count, a separate table, for sum, a separate table.
Yeah, if you want to do that one, it is easier. You just copy this one. You copy this one here. You paste it. That means you have another 2 pivot table here. You get. Now you can change this one to count if you like. You copy it, you paste it, another one again. You have another pivot table. But sometimes you can also add maybe 2 different values beside each other. For example, now you have the category, right? And maybe you just want to check the age, the average age of each person that are in each category. You can decide to add age also in this value side. You can see that it's bringing age for you. You can change the age to average, because most times you also check the average age of people that are here. You can reduce the decimal. Let me format it. Format number decimal. Yeah, you can change this one to do the 2 decimal places. Now, this is the average age. This is the average age of maybe based on what by their category. That means the category with the lowest average age is 6258 is technology. That means billionaires in technology are younger compared to
A
other
young guy, like, yes,
yeah,
Gen Z,
compared to
Gen
other category. Now, and you can check the highest also, which is 75. Average is 75,
So
which is sport.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, which is sport
75
75.
sports. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
No, those are some of the ways that you can make some just quick insights from your what from your data set. That's pivot table in summary. That's what how pivot table work in summary. And also sometimes you can also find percentage. You can find percentage. For example, now where we use count here. Okay, we can say, okay, let us change it to percentage. You just come here, calculation. You say percentage of what different from percentage from one in total, percentage of whole total. But here we want to find percentage of grand total. We want to find percentage of grand total. You can tell, okay. No, this is giving us the percentage of people that are in finance, 16.21%, technology 13.15%. And another thing we can also do is that we have a column here. We have column. Now, for example, now, like we have the category. Let me, because it's my override each other, we can just drag this one a little bit away from it. Now we have this one, which is their average net worth. Now we want to check another one, which is, I think we have self-made. Now let's put this self-made in the column. Within action and pivot table. Okay, yeah. Let me click here. Self-made. You can see this is another. I've created another dimension. Before it was only one dimension. Now we have two dimension pivot table. We have one with column and row. Now we have self-made. The one that is false, that means those ones they are not self-made. They are not self-made. Maybe their parents were billionaire. Maybe that's what they mean with their self-made. And those ones that are self-made are what? They are true. They are true. Now this is just a little summary of it. Now when you now want to find maybe the average is already there. This one is just a grand total. The grand total that we have before, average, grand average, and this one what is a column average, grand average, and this one what is a row grand average. That means you can change the dimension also, even also from this dimension, you can still add a third dimension for it. For example, now self-made, you can still add gender to it. That means under people that are not self-made, we have first male and female. We have what? Two male and female. But if you want to remove this first total and this two total so that you not be confused when you are reading your table, you can come to pivot table design. You come to subtotal. Don't show subtotals. You can see that it has removed the subtotals that we have here. And also, if you want to remove the grand total, you come to this design also. You remove what? Of row and columns. You can see. And those are some of the things you can do with pivot table. And also you can change the format of the color of your pivot table. You can change the format. Automatically you can change the format also. Those are how to manipulate and how to format pivot table. Now our next move will be, we are moving to how to build a dashboard using our pivot table. Because when you want to build a dashboard inside Excel, you make use of pivot table, which is serve as your back end. And here we also talk about the charts, how you use the charts, how you can make the charts, how you can make them work. And now let us look
It's
at, yes.
where does because this is 10 and now the class is supposed to be 2 hours, like 10 o'clock. I don't know if it's little
And
that we have left.
we started at
I want
8:20 hours.
Yeah, we started at
yeah,
8:20.
yes. Oh,
Okay.
Okay, okay. Can we still cover in the next 20 minutes?
Usually whenever we stop, we
Sir,
stop.
do you want to finish Excel today?
Okay. So the thing about it is that today we are supposed to end Excel, and tomorrow we have the introduction to Power BI because it's supposed to be a 3-day bootcamp. So we can't learn everything in 3 days actually, but then at least we were able to grab something to continue the learning phase on. So have you missed out the jelly? What did I say?
Yeah, we cannot learn everything in 3 days, never.
Yeah. So I mean we can continue for now.
Okay, no problem. Now, what is when do you use different? Let me first say what is a dashboard? A dashboard is just a visual tool that consolidates key metrics like KPIs, key performance indicator. We have charts. It also have interactive elements like slicer. We also know what is slicer later to present data insight and effectively. That means a dashboard also is just like a visual aspect, a visual version of your data set. Instead of your people, instead of people to, for example, now a layman, if you present a table to the layman will say, what kind of thing are you presenting to me? I don't even understand it. I'm even seeing this one, I'm even having a headache, I'm having illusion, I'm having stomach pain, I'm having back pain because of only table, because he does not know how to say anything about it. But to make it easier for someone that even when they see number, they will be afraid. You can use you can use chart, a dashboard to make a total summary of your of your data. That if the person is saying that this one is up, that means this person is the richest. This one is low. That means this person is not rich as this other person. You get it like that. That's what dashboard does. It simplifies complex information, support quick decision making, and track performance. Now, what are the key components? The key component is the charts, the KPIs, and the slicers. The slicer is make it more make it more interactive and easy to filter. But best practice in dashboard, you must keep a dashboard must keep it simple. It must be the data must be relevant and accurate, and it must be easy to read. The readability, the interface must be something that is easy to relate with, and it should be interactive for dynamic analysis. Now we now talk of different type of charts. We have bar chart, or we also call them column charts. When do you use a bar chart? You use a bar chart to compare categories or decree data, like sales by region, maybe the number of billionaire by region, by country, things like that. And it's aligned different between two groups. Also, line chart. Line chart is just used to show trend over time. Sometimes people also use bar chart to show some trend over time, but mostly bar chart is what you use to show trend over time. And pie chart is just for you to what? To show proportion of a whole. You have a whole, maybe like 100%, you just want to show the proportion, different proportion of it. And when do you avoid it? You also need to avoid bar charts, especially if you have more than three, when you're having three, or when you're having four, 5, 6, 7 categories. It's better to avoid what? To avoid a pie chart. And we also have an area chart, which is also used for trend over time, but showing the volume while retaining the trend also. They still show you the volume, but they still retain the trend. And we have scatter plots. Scatter plots is just used to show relationship between two things. Maybe you want to check the relationship between height and weight. You want to check the relationship between the amount of food the person is do eat and their level of intelligence, things like that. Or you want to check if there's any relationship between the economy of Nigeria and what you are spending. Maybe also you want to check the relationship between the price of petrol and the price of food. How does the price of petrol goes with the price of food over the years? Those kind of things you should check the relationship. What is scatter plus used for? Now, we now have a question that we like to what? That we like to answer. We have the question that we like to what? To answer. Is it data set? Yeah, this is data set. We have a question that we like to answer. The question is that firstly, we want to check the total net worth of these billionaires. We want to check the total number of this billionaire. We want to check their average net worth, and we want to check what their average age. Also, we want to see the trend, the trend of the richest to the lowest, and also we like also to display their net worth based on their category or even based on their industry. And also we had some slicer and how do you operate in slicer, making a little dashboard. And when you want to work with a dashboard in what in Excel, you have to use a pivot table. A pivot table will help you in many things, even though you can use other manual methods, but pivot table will make it easier for you to make your dashboard be dynamic anytime you want to use it, because you can update a pivot table directly when you are streaming in your data set. You can just refresh and the pivot table will update, and automatically it will update to also your dashboard. That is the reason why pivot table is very important as your backend. Now, let us create a pivot table for our data sets again. First one, like I said, we want to create a visual that will display the total number of the billionaire we have in the data set. We want to summarize it because we already know it, but we want to summarize it to the stakeholders. We want to summarize it to our boss, like let me give you the summary of this data. Now we create a new table or a pivot table. We create a new sheet. We press OK. Now here, the first one we want to say is the total number of what? Total number of person in what? In the of billionaire in the data set. We have 475. And the next one we want to do is what? We want to find the number of or the average worth, the average net worth. The average net worth is we use the final worth. We remove this one actually. We use the final worth. And here is the sum. We change it to what? We change it to the average. I think I've explained how you do this one before, right? And also the average age. You can just copy this one again. I'm copying this one and pasting it so that I create a new pivot table. Now here, what do? I want to find their average age. Also, you can change this one to average. Okay. Now the next thing we want to find is what? We want to also display the top 20 billionaires in the world to our stakeholder. We want to display the top 20 billionaires in the world to our stakeholder. We stay further with our dashboard or with our pivot table. We click the name of the person, we bring it to the row, and also their net worth, which is the fourth final worth in our column. And where here is the sum, automatically the sum, because it is once, it is appear one. Now, if you say it's sum, it's still the sum. Even if you change it to average, it will still be the same thing because the total worth divided by 1 is still the same value. That means you can leave it as sum here. Now, what do you want to do here? We want to display it from the highest to the lowest. Now we come to this arrow here. You pick descending, but first, before you pick descending, it is the sum of the final word. You want it to be in descending and ascending order. You can see the first name here. The first name is even Abdul Samad Rabiu. The Kanuma is what is 8 billion. Is what is 8 billion. Abdul Salam Rabiu, the Kanuma. Now you can just click on the sum of the final word. You click on descending. This is descending order. Now, let me first, before I continue, this is what we want to replicate. This is the dashboard that we want to replicate. I've done this one before. Now we want to replicate this same dashboard. I hope we can see it. Now, at the end of the day, this is what we have. This is what we have. No, I just want to say before I continue. And where is it? Where is my okay? Now let me rename. Can rename the cell. Let me rename this sheet with back end. Let me use back end because that's the back end of what of our
Okay.
yeah, of our dashboard. Now we just want to what to display maybe the top 20 of the billionaire here. If you want to, you just come to this arrow also. You come here, choose by value. Now you click the top 10. Now when you click the top 10, you can change here to 20. You change here to 20. Automatically you can see it at the back end that you only have only 20 of them remaining. Now here we want to remove the grand total that is here. We don't want it to display. Like I said, you come to design, you click on grand total here, and you open. Please help me mute that person. Now the next one that we want to find is what is the network by category. Is network by the category. Now we can still paste it at the pivot table here. Let me just copy this one, paste it. Now let's remove the person now is category we want to use, which is here. You have how many category? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 18. And also we can even decide to use let's decide to use industry. Yeah, let's use industry. Let's use industry. We have automotive. Yeah, still the same thing with the category. The same thing with the category. Yeah. Construction. Now, let us do it in what? In ascending order or descending order. Anyone you want from the two. Now we have our KPI. These three are KPIs that we want to put up, and those one are the one we want to use for our chart. Now this one we can also decide to add age. You can also decide to add age to see the age of each of the top 20 alongside with their what? With their net worth. You can also decide to add the age. This is the age beside it. Now we can now start creating what? Creating our what? Our dashboard. You can start creating our dashboard. And before you want to create a dashboard in Excel, the first thing to do for you is firstly go to view, and you can remove the grid lines. You remove the grid lines. You remove the grid lines.
Okay, sir, you move to a new sheet. Sir,
yes, if you want to remove to a new sheet entirely.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
For a dashboard, you move to a new sheet entirely. You move to a new sheet entirely. Now, when you go to the sheet, you remove the grid line. First thing you do, remove the grid line. Now, what you want to design here,
how did you remove the grid line? View, remove.
Yeah. You come to view.
Okay.
When you come to view, under this place, you see navigation here. You see ruler, grid line, formula bar. Here also, you can remove the heading. It will remove the heading, to remove the grid line. You can remove the formula bar also. But we just want the edit to be so that based on what we are doing. Now, how do we now start? We want to start by designing, maybe just have a brief sketch overlook of what we want our dashboard to look like. We like to put a section here. How you design your dashboard is up to you, and it is quite easy to do a dashboard because you can just go online. You can check different dashboard that people have done to just get inspiration on how you can design your dashboard. You can make it look attractive, but the attractiveness of the dashboard, please don't let it carry you away, rather than how accurate the data you are presenting is. Because if your dashboard is very okay, but you are presenting to a MD that we make like 50 billion profit this year, and in reality, the profit they make was 10 billion naira. But when you were now adding it together, you added the total. You now said them that the profit we made this year in 50 billion, the MD was so happy, everything they were celebrating, the sales department were celebrating, but you are already saying that 50 million you make. Now they now went to the finance department. The finance department is saying 10 billion. They will now call you to come and explain. At that particular time, your fine, your beautiful dashboard will not help you again. Now, before you even present any dashboard, make sure that the information you want to put in that dashboard, they are correct, which is the most optimal. Now, if you can combine a very attractive dashboard with correct information, that one is the best. Even you presenting the right information with less attractive dashboard is best for you, because what they want to get, they're getting it. The worst of it is presenting a wrong information with a very beautiful dashboard. It is what it is. Now, we would like to put our heading here. We like to put some headings here. We like to put some headings here. No, I don't want this one. Insert. I just want this. Yeah, I want this. We like to put some headings here. And also, I know we want to put our KPIs here. I want to put our KPIs here. 6. Now, our KPI, which is 3, the age, the total number, and the what, and the average net worth. And also, I want to put our this one is just the background design that's one you can just
Sir, how are you? Sorry, sir. Sir, please, how are you duplicating these shapes?
Control CV, you just control copy and paste.
Okay, thank you.
Control CV. Now this one is something. Firstly, you should have a sketch of what you want to do. You have a sketch of how do you want your chart, how do you want it to be. Now this one will give you a very easy way to be designing it. For example, like what I'm doing now, you can be looking at how is he doing it like this, because I have a sketch of what I want to do already. I have a sketch of what I want my dashboard to be. So it will make it easier for me. So far, I know my metrics. To design it should not be a problem. Now, another one is I would like to put another matrix at this side also. I can just design it here. And at the end of the day, I would also like to add some slicer here. I also have some slicer here. That is just a rough sketch of how I want my dashboard to be. Now here, I can decide to change the color. This one also I can decide to change the color. This one can give it a very cool color also. Depends on the color you want for your dashboard. It does not necessarily mean it should be a constant color, but make sure it will be a color that will not affect people. A color that people will be able to understand what you did. Now, you want to add the text here. When you want to add the text inside this box, the first for you is to use text box. you come to insert, you click on shapes, and you click on the first one here, which is the text box. Or you can click it from here, text box here. Now you can say, you can call it the billionaire. The billionaire of what? You can call it the billionaire of 2020. You can call it the billionaires dashboard 2030. Or something like that. Okay, so far it is in dollar. You can just put it here that is in dollar. Figure in $1,000,000. USD. Now this one later we can still format it, but in general notes we can just be what we want here. Here, what do you want to be here? We want over here. We want our average net worth. Average net worth to be here. Here also we want the total number of billionaires. Average age. You can see average age here. Control CV, just control, and this one I want count billionaire count to be here. Count to be here. Now later we can still format them as we want it to be, but just for us to have an overview of what we want to get at the end. Okay, this one also we can put some button here so that you'll be able to navigate between our dashboard and the likes. And change the shape here. Here also you can use a text box. If you like, you can use a text box also. Then later we can be formatting them as we want. But for now, let us just have a rough sketch of what you want to do. And now we want to put some of our charts here. Here we have our backend. Now the chart we want to put over there is what is the net worth in relationship with their what with their age. Now we come to insert. Let me pick just a bar chart here, and I don't want to be the two of them to be informed of a bar chart. You can see it's only one that is showing. The other one has been overlaid. Now you can just come here. Change. You come to design. You change chart type. I want it to be a combo chart. The combo chart that will be for line and what? Line and bar chart. Now you can see that the value of age is very small. And you can see the line is at the bottom. Now I don't want the line to be at the bottom. I have to what? I will try to click on that line on the age. You click on it. Let me click out. You click on that line. You can see when I click on it, it bought a what? It bought a format data series. Here you can change the color of it. If you want to change the color, here, if you want to change the shadow, you want to do some formatting on it. And here, I want it to be from primary axis to secondary. That means secondary axis is that the axis for the age will be in another axis. You can see that the age also is now up, is not at the bottom again because I changed to axis to a secondary axis. That means this axis here is for the net worth, and this one here is for the age. Now you can delete this one from your data set. Also, we don't want this line because we might not want this line. Now we want to format this cell in a sense that there will be no fill, and the grid line also will be none. That means you come here, the fill, you click no fill. You can see that the white inside it has gone. We are seeing the cell at the back of it. This border also, you click no line. That means you do not have any border. You can see. And if you look at this bar, they look very lean. Then you can make them more bigger. Becoming bigger. Now you can copy it and bring it to our dashboard here. And bring it to our dashboard here. Now I want this one. I want it to be white. On the background here for me, I want it to be white. I can change the color from what it is now to white. I can change the color from what it is now. I can change it to white. Now this bar color, I can change the bar color also. I want the bar color to be the same color with this chart above. Now I can change the color here to this one. I can change the border color also to this color that we are using here. Now this our line plot here, we want to format it. We want to change it to maybe like black. And change it to black or any other color you feel that is good. Now you make sure that you place them very well inside inside this shape. Now you can click on the axis or the bottom part of the axis. You can press Ctrl B, or you can come here to bold it up, and you can change this color to make it more black. This one also, you can click on the x-axis, the y-axis rather, make it more black, and press Ctrl B, and also the other axis, which is secondary axis, press Ctrl, make it more bolder, so it should be more visible. Now you can see that you have Bernard Arnault as the richest man as at when this data was collected, because Elon Musk was said to be the richest man now as at yesterday. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Larry Ellison. Now we have a chart for this one. Also here, we like to add the charts about the categories that we have already made here. We have already made in our backend. Now you can also highlight this one here and create a chart with it. Let us use a vertical or horizontal bar chart. Let's use a horizontal bar chart. You can see here we want it to be from highest to lowest. Because of the way we formatted it here, you can just come back here and click on ascending. Click on what? Click on ascending. You can see that it has updated this one also. Now here we want to format this one also. We want to move this line. You move the total. You bold the axis. You can change the color to a very dark one. This one I just formatting that you just want to make your dashboard more readable and the likes. Okay. Now we have this one. We can also copy it. Okay. Yeah. No, we'll be stopping here. We'll be stopping in 2 minutes time. Yes, so we'll be stopping in 2 minutes. We'll be stopping in 2 minutes time also. Normally. Now I want my background to be white. And I want to remove the fill of this one. No fill and no line. Change the color of this. Now small, your dashboard is coming to life. Your dashboard is coming to life. Okay. If one, I'll give it the color that you like. So also you can give it the color that you like. Now small, the dashboard is coming to life. You can continue the others maybe tomorrow. And this is what we are able to do for tonight. I think we can stop here. Time has gone. If you have any question, you can ask.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Dijimo. Sir, this data set, do we have it? Can we get the data set?
You have it. I think you have it. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure if you have this.
So okay. Also.
Okay, yeah, it should not be sent to you because we did not touch the data set yesterday. Maybe today it will be sent to you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, is there any question?
Guys. We've come to the end of today's class, day 2 done and dusted. Please let's appreciate our instructor, please. Let's appreciate. Use your best emoji, please, to appreciate our instructor. It's been a wonderful time tonight. Are we angry? I'm not seeing emoji now. All right, so this is the time in 2 minutes. Yeah, in 2 minutes. Let's take question. If there is any questions, so that everybody can go to their bed. So if there is any question, please raise your hands or type in the chat box. All right, while we are waiting for that, Mr. Adejumo, please, can we get, apart from these data sets that we've been able to work with this night, is there a way we can have another data set as a project work so that they get to submit, do all, and we list things that must be done. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay. You have a data set. There are many data sets. Can you work with this data set also?
So I think Miss Jane is asking for assignments to refresh our minds on everything. I'm just saying on everything.
Okay. Yes. All right. So I think that will be communicated in the group chats. Yeah, that will be communicated. So because I want that is actually the criteria for getting we are using a certificate of participation. So for people that are participating, want to know how active they are. So it's from the submission of the project or the task that is assigned that they'll be issued the certificate of participation. So, and this will also help us to have hands-on practice or experience forever. So at least to apply all that we have talked about in this 2 days. Tomorrow we complete this part tomorrow. Then we have Power BI introduction. It will be introduction because Power BI itself is a whole word, like a word on its own. So we'll be having the introduction, then we conclude the 3 days free boot camp. All right. So we cannot talk about the next step after tomorrow. So if there is no question, I think we can go for tonight, or you drop in the group chats anytime. Maybe when you're practicing, you encounter one problem or the other, you can drop in the group chat. All right. So, Mr. Adejumo, we really appreciate you tonight. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for pouring. Like
Yeah, thank you
this
for
night
having
was just
me.
like the spirit of data analyst is just free. I don't know how it's doing somebody. When you are seeing that you're already building that dashboard, that's the beauty. I've always known that anybody that is showing dashboard, whether it's correct or not, when they're showing dashboard like this, you be hailing them. You're the one that do this. Whereas the beauty is not it, but the correctness and the interpretation. I mean, how you were able to interpret it. Yeah, so beautiful to have that tonight. Thank you so much. All right, so guys, thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for staying to the very end of today's program, today's class, and tomorrow we meet the same time. So let's have a wonderful night rest. I don't know if Mr. Adi want to say something before we call it a night.